Hello.
Hello, can you see me?
I can see you just fine.
Let me try to adjust so the light's not affecting it.
Yep, you're looking fine actually. So thanks for tuning in. We've started our broadcast. So again, this is Lori Knutson with the MLSonline.com. And I am here with Brian Nelson with Mortgages Unlimited. So I'll put the camera on Brian. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, all. This is Brian Nelson with Mortgages Unlimited, and I am at our corporate office location in Maple Grove, Minnesota today, and coming to you live from there. Back to you, Lori.
Thank you very much. Okay, so today's topic we've got covered is we're going to talk about a little bit about interest rates and how they are at historic lows. So I do have a presentation brought up here. Let me make sure I've got that available. And I'll do my best to share that screen. And we are always working out our information here. So hang on one second. Interest rates are low right now. So we want to make sure and talk about that for our viewers. One second. There we go. It always works eventually, right?
That's right.
All right. So again, we have a Facebook community page that we've titled Twin Cities Real Estate Unlimited Show. We do webinars just about every Wednesday at 3:30, and most of the times we actually have time to do 2 separate webinars as we try to keep them short. Most of the people are viewing these back. We try to do it on pertinent topics and that are timely for the market. And you can certainly go to our website Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Twin Cities Real Estate Unlimited Show, and then go to the events tab. And so we will have recorded versions of our shows there as well. But talking about the rates as of right now, this is information coming from the National Association of Realtors Keeping Current Matters Division. Mortgage rates remain at historic lows. So according to Freddie Mac, it's showing a 30-year fixed rate mortgage is 3.61% last week, slightly down from the week before. We're going to let Brian talk about that a little bit more. I suppose there's really no rhyme or reason. Is it just based on jobs reports, or what do you think is driving that down a little bit?
Well, you know, I do subscribe to these technical webcasts or forecasts, and they talk about the rates, and a person can really nail it down tight as far as the reasons why they're moving up and down at certain rates. But I haven't been listening too closely to that lately, just been so busy with volume, but rates are very, very low. And it's usually a factor of, you know, all kinds of things, whether it's global, whether it's, you know, economical in our market, and of course the stock market and that as well. So there's so many factors, and it seems like the general factors that move rates is any bad news out there tends to move interest rates down. And and if you see, like, for instance, the stock market, if they go down, that usually means rates if it's a bad day on Wall Street, then it's a good day for mortgage rates. So
right, yep, they're always trying to spur activity, I believe. So all right, so this is bottom line, great news for home buyers who are dealing with rising prices due to low inventory of homes. And I want to talk about that a little bit. Right now we're seeing multiple offers in the first-time home buyer range, which can go all the way up to about $250,000. And so that means that prices are going up a little bit. And it's not our intention to have it go up more than just typical appreciation. It's just doing it even though, because there's competing offers and competition out there.
Yeah, that makes a big difference when you got that little extra competitive atmosphere out there. It's going to drive those prices up.
It is. Yep. And so the answer to that is to get more inventory out there and encourage people to list their home, as it is a very good idea to do that right now. So I've got a screen pulled up for our local market, which shows how many months inventory there is left. Normally in a healthy market, we're at about 3.5 months of inventory. And right now we're less than 3, which is why we're seeing those multiple offers. Now there's some communities which aren't seeing multiple offers.
The next picture, are you pulling that up?
Yes, let's see. Did you not see that screen?
No, it still has the other one.
Hmm.
You're on your you're on the display that shows your PowerPoint presentation, not the actual slideshow afterwards.
Ah, so okay, let me try that again. Sorry about that. Thanks for letting me know. So if I bring it up to this one here, all right. Did you see it advanced now, Brian?
No, you got to share it again now. Go back and share it.
Oh, thanks. Technical difficulties, huh? All right, let's try it. Oh,
Technology.
well, hopefully our viewers will put up with us here. All right. So now I would like to bring this into a bigger screen, so I would do that from current slide. Can you see it now?
Yes, I can see it now.
Yay. Okay. I guess there's a glitch in the system. I did the very same thing. But as I was talking, normally up around this 3.4 or 3.5 is a nice healthy market where we can see stable appreciation, yet a buyer has a real chance at an offer. Right now, we're sitting at 2.9 months of inventory, meaning if every house that was currently listed were to sell, it would take 2.9 months to sell it out. But that makes two competing offers. That's why we're driving with competing offers right now. This is not at zero, obviously, but 2.9 months left of inventory means every single listing out there would be sold in 2.9 months. And that's just too low for the general area. Now, if you get out towards St. Cloud or even out a little further in the metro area, just outside of the metro area, you might find a little better statistics. But for the Twin Cities 7-county metropolitan area, that is that statistic. Freddie Mac again says that we expect mortgage interest rates to stay well under 4% as we head into the heart of the spring home buying season. And we're predicting it to be the best one in 10 years this year. So that's the best spring in 10 years, really a good indicator for buyers to consider buying if they're on the fence. And then just real briefly, I know you were looking at the slide again, Brian. Did you have something to add to that? And here's the slide showing where we are as of May.
Well, I was just saying that I met with a home buyer just an hour ago at my office, and he was expressing his frustration of finding a home out there that's they all are sold so fast, and he's going out almost every day, and so he's having to move his price point up from, in his case, he was looking at 180. Now he's going to move it up to the 250 mark because he just can't find anything under that in that lower market. And so that's a real life example right there of the low inventory. It's just everything's going quickly.
Yeah, I mean, the sellers can take advantage of the historically competing offers, giving them higher price. The buyers can take advantage of the historically low rates. The bottom line is if you're thinking about buying your first home or moving up. Now, moving up means if you're in a first-time home buyer range, you're probably going to get rid of that home fairly quickly, and you can buy into a range above 250 that wouldn't be quite as competitive. So you do have time to search for a home, and we can put clauses in there that give you that time to get your dream home. The bottom line is you better get pre-qualified with a quality lender such as Brian Nelson at Mortgages Unlimited. It's imperative before you get in and look at homes with a realtor that you get pre-qualified. So I'm gonna get to Brian to give his screens now so that he can talk about what's going to be involved in qualifying for a loan.
Yeah.
So let me make sure, did I stop my screen share now? So we're back to me. So, okay.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Lori, on that. And yes, what I want to talk about is some of the do's and don'ts when you do start the loan process. Now, this is mainly after you've found your property. So I'm going to pull up a slideshow here. So on this here, it talks about once you are starting to obtain that mortgage and going through the process. This is after you've already gotten your offer accepted, and it's usually a 30, 45-day period there. And this is some things that you want to make sure you do and that you don't do. So in green there, you can see you want to keep making your payments on any mortgages. If you have any all of your bills out there. And if there's any changes of employment or income, you need to let us know and be talking with us and communicating about everything. Keep copies of all your pay stubs that you receive. Everything in our loan file pretty much has to be dated within 30 days of that date of application. So everything's got to be pretty current on there. If you're going to be missing some days, going out of town vacation, let us know. And anything that you're unsure about, please let us know as well. And along with the stuff you should do, there's a longer list of what you shouldn't do. And that includes any type of employment change. You know, even if your pay scale's going up, that still could be an issue. So you may be thinking, well, wait, you're going to make more money, but what if the structure of the way it is, whether you're hourly and all of a sudden you're going to turn to being commissioned, you're going to get a big bump in the money you're going to receive, but we don't look at those two things the same. So you need to be talking with us on anything like that. Another thing, don't go out and apply for more credit. A big thing I see is when people go car shopping, I'll see it on the credit report, there'll be a dozen inquiries on one day. And that's just because when you walk into a car dealership, they want to pull at every different place to make sure that they can sell you a car. So you need to watch that. Hold off on any of those major purchases, even if it's something like an interest-free loan at a furniture store, because it's still going to show up in your credit, and we have to count that. Even if there's no payments, we still have to count that against you. And I've heard and seen stories where that's happened. So other things, just don't pay off any items on your credit unless we ask you to, because you may bring it up to more of a current status, current delinquent status, and we don't want to do that. Also, a couple things to do is don't close accounts. Don't sign a loan yourself to another person's loan, like co-signing anything. And a big thing is the very last thing, and this is probably the most common issue we have, and that's about making unexplainable deposits into your bank account. We, as a mortgage company, because there's no paper trail. So I've had numerous occasions where somebody, maybe there's a fiance and he's giving the other party money and they're depositing it into the account, but unless we have a paper trail, we have to back all that money out, and they would have put that money in and then they would have spent it on bills, but we have to subtract that from the available balance. So it ends up really hurting. And sometimes I had an instance the other day that it was about $15,000 worth of deposits that the person had put in from eBay sales, things like that. And that he ended up having to get a gift from a family member just the day before close in order to, because we had to back out these other unexplainable transactions. So that's probably.
I think people are well intended. They don't mean to make it look like something's awry, but you have a very strict paper trail that the lenders are all, it's not just your lending company, it's any lenders under restriction because there's many federal guidelines to these loans. And so I don't think people intentionally do that in any way, but they don't often know, do they?
No, and when we go through the bank statements, we look at every deposit, and the reason for that is it is a federally regulated transaction, and we have to make sure that none of the deposits came from the seller, and the only way to prove that is to prove who they did come from. And so that's, once people understand that, then it makes sense, but most people don't understand that to begin with. So I just wanted to, bring that to everybody's attention and just kind of bring that to so they can take advantage of those, knowing this stuff ahead of time. So
yeah, and I've had many of these cases over the course of my career. I've had many of these cases happen. One of them that people just, again, aren't considering as debt is, and I don't know if it would be or not, but some of them go out and rent a storage unit and sign up for a year contract. And if it's month to month, I don't think it's a problem. But then some of them also rent or put money down and then are going to make payments on furniture for the house.
Yeah.
That's a big one, right?
Yeah.
So, right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and share one last screen here, and that is just to talk about if you have questions about the mortgage and finance, we want you to contact Brian Nelson at Mortgages Unlimited, and there is his email there. And also, I'm available for any questions about your particular market. And then, Brian, I know you have a really good website, and I neglected to put it on there. Could you tell me that name of the website again?
Sure. The website is www.closewithbrian.com.
Yeah, and I've really enjoyed that website and sending people to that website. It's very easy to navigate and get some of the applications started with Brian and some of the do's and don'ts, and reach out to him and start application.
Let's not forget about your website, because on your site people can search for property. So if somebody's just starting, why they should go there and look up. It has some of the most comprehensive data on these properties that you can find out there, and it's very easy to navigate.
Yep, and that one is LoriKnutson.themlsonline.com. So you can go to L Knutson as well, either way. TheMLSonline.com is one of our tech-savvy real estate companies in the cities, which is why I joined it. We have the top search site for searchability for homes. We're able to break that down to foreclosure. We do show what's pending, which is often very handy. It's a lot more accurate than Zillow or Trulia. It's going to have more updated information, as all realtor websites would. Ours just is able to break it down a little bit even more. So we'll maybe talk about that in another section. So please do go to our Twin Cities Real Estate Unlimited Show Facebook page. Type us any messages or questions you have there as well. And I think we'll follow up with another broadcast that will probably air a little later this afternoon. So tune in for more of our shows. They're all listed on our Facebook page.
All right. Thank you all for watching this presentation.
Yep. Thanks so much now, and y'all have a great day.